And we're live. Hi, everybody. Give those a chance to get in. I know the notifications are just going out now, so I'm going to let those notifications go out and then I will get started. So, happy Friday. So excited about that. But yeah, happy Friday, everybody. I don't know about anybody else, but I am so happy that the work week is over. It was a good work week, but still glad it's over. Call a friend. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here, and it's just so great to see you again. I really appreciate you coming in. Hope you're doing well. All right. Yes. Thank you, JoJo. So kind of you. I really do appreciate that. Uh, and my day was pretty good. Um, Call a friend. I really appreciate that. I am good to go for my uh, Keytruda infusion next week. So that'll be the second infusion. So I think it's on Tuesday that I have it. So, yep, everything's good. Blood work has looked amazing. I'm very blessed and happy about that. Hey, sweets. Sweets and beyond. Reminding everybody, hit the thumbs up on the way in. And tonight's going to be a little bit different. If if you've been following along, I've definitely been going through some things over. Well, it's all kind of come to a head over the last week or so. So there are things that happen in life that you don't expect, but they do, and that's part of life, and you just get back up and keep doing your thing. So, hey, Steven, thank you for coming back in. It's so nice to see you again. So like I said, you're going to see some things from me that you probably normally don't see me doing. I have put some things on my community tab recently, but I'll just get down to it. We've got 10 people in here watching, so um, cancer. Let's talk about cancer. People well, and me especially was I always thought how bad cancer is because of the physical toll it takes on somebody and their family, and also the mental toll that it takes on somebody. But I never imagined in a million years um, what a financial toll it would take as well. I was set up pretty good with the 401k and a savings, and that's all been drained. It's completely gone. Cancer is not cheap, and I hope nobody in here ever gets it for any reason. But it's not cheap. Luckily, I have been able to find some things with the help of my cancer center. Hey, Brittany, thank you for coming back in. It's nice to see you. I'm surprised you're not out mudding right now in your big old Jeep. So so yeah, it took a financial toll, but Stephen, it's okay. It's like I said, you're gonna hear a little bit different out of me tonight. I'm still happy, I'm still upbeat, but I've had some rough days recently. um and again, this is just me being honest with everybody. I'm not one to beg, and I'm always the friend, and I've always been the friend to give to others and to help others out. I always put everybody in front of myself. That's something I've always done, and I'll never be sad for that. I am, that's just who I am, and it makes me, seeing others happy makes me happy. So that's always been my philosophy. Hey, Bab. So nice to see you again. Welcome in. Thank you for coming back. So and there are a few people in here that I mean, I consider myself a personal friend with, and they've known for at least a week, if not a little bit more, what's been going on, and so. Let's start with when I got the job back in um, February. I needed a job because I needed benefits. I needed some healthcare benefits. Hey, Sarah Z, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us again. So I've, when I got that job, I was happy to just have a job for one, because any bit of income was going to help, and it has helped. However, over the last 6 months, and no, I haven't had the job 6 months, I've only had it 3. But prior to that was another not a good paying job. Um, but I've been upside down on my obligations, my bills each month, whether it's medical bills, whether it was mortgage, whether it was car payments, car insurance. I don't have a lot of credit card debt, so that was never a big worry or concern. But the house falling behind, and I just had no way to get out of the situation I was in. So I lost a car because I'm not embarrassed by it. It's part of life. It's what happened. I had a car repossessed. So it is what it is. And yeah, that made me sad. It definitely made me sad. I understand now when they say you have to talk to your parents sometimes, or yeah, the elderly family members, about taking their keys away. I totally understand. It's kind of you've lost your independence. So it's kind of sad. So luckily we have 2 cars. My mom had a car, I had a car. So that got taken away, and so I had an appointment at my doctor earlier this week, and they actually had me go see a social worker, or actually they had a social worker call me to talk to me about everything that's going on and see if there were any type of institutions to help out. So it was a great conversation with the social worker. I got rejected from one of them. They were trying to get me $1,000 grant, which would have helped, at least help catch up some on the big stuff, the car and the house, but just wasn't in the cards. I've God wanted me to be tested a little bit longer and see if I would lose faith in him, and I never did, and I never will. So the social worker suggested, and I just put it in the chat here. This is a link to a crowdfunding site. Now, I told her, I said, I don't really like GoFundMe. They take 12% out in fees or some crap like that. And she's like, no. This is specifically for, we recommend it specifically for cancer patients. It's called Angel Link, and they take 3%. So I'm like, okay, I'll put that out there and see what happens. And so the first night that it was live, between the first night and yesterday morning, I had received close to $900 in donations. Yes, call a friend. So much better. I hate GoFundMe to begin with. I understand the negative connotation that is out there with GoFundMe. I think GoFundMe is total crap. But this one is specifically, like she said, she does it for all of her cancer patients. She recommends it. So between what I received on there, and I had some donations go to, and I'll just put it up here as well. I had some donations go here because some people don't want to go through like a thing like GoFundMe. I get it, totally get it. So I did have some direct, and also they wanted to be anonymous. So say who donates to me. That's nobody's business. That's between me and them, and I make sure I thank them when they do donate. So between that and the angel link, like I said, I got almost $900 the first night. I was able to get my vehicle, or the vehicle that we're using. I was able to get that almost paid. I was able to pay $500 on that, and that got me paid through February. I still owe March and April, but that will hold them off from getting or coming in repossessing it. So now I'm not in a potential repossession, and I plan on giving them another 500 in another week. So that will get me paid through March. So we'll almost be current on that. And so I know mom and I will be a lot less stressed with that because it's definitely been a stressor. And that's just the car, not even the house, the thing we have to have. So, and yes, call a friend. I appreciate you thanking people who donated. Yes, it was, it was very kind to see, and just not humbling, but very just, it made me feel so good that people cared so much to, give me 20, 50, whatever they could afford. My thing has always been, if it's going to put your family at any type of financial risk or anything, please don't donate. Just you being my friend, just you being here is all I need. That's worth all the money in the world. Um, so, Babs, it's actually in both of our names. After my dad passed a couple of years ago, we had it put in my name. Now, I was fortunate 3 years ago that I had a good job, had a great job, but then I also got a really nice payday of 158,000. Well, the house was 18 months forbearance. So I took that winnings and I paid it immediately. So that got mom out of potential um I'm sorry, not but foreclosure. I mean, they were already, the bank was already calling us. They were ready to send the letters, and I said, nope, nope, I'm gonna get this. Give me a week, I'll get this taken care of. And by the grace of God, I came into that money, and I called Bank of America and said, here's 158,000, get us back to current. Um, and so it did. We got back to current, and so that's been great. Been able to do the last 2 years. Everything has been current, and we were only 30 days behind. And so between, my mom got her Social Security check this week, which was just an absolute blessing that she got it on Wednesday. Between that and then what I had left over the donations, I was able to apply a payment to get us out of the 30 days past due on the house. So everything right now is looking better. Needless to say, yeah, I still have the car. I still have that. And, the good news about medical bills, I can keep delaying them. They call, they send stuff all the time, but they're medical bills. I'm like, here, I'll give you $10. And they are just as happy getting $10 just to know that I'm going to pay something on it. So, thank you all for the kind comments in here. I don't mind revealing personal stuff because, like I said, I'm just the real me from the beginning. That's all you're ever going to get. So, Jojo, yes, thank you, Jesus, and God is good. Absolutely, Brittany Cheek. That is a fact. Especially for me and everything I'm going through with brain cancer and being 8 months clean of any of the disease. I mean, it's simply remarkable, and that just doesn't happen. So yeah. But I did want to take a moment here for anybody who follows Bald Cat's channel, Bald Cat and Friends. I received a message last night. not from, well, from somebody in the community who they've been in here before. Um, and they said, "Hey, you should check this out. Somebody's talking about you on their channel." And so I was sent the link, and I clicked on the link, and Baldcat and Friends had just a live running where they had my personal donation stuff. Come on down there, all of those. They had that as well as um, everything that was on or my link to the uh, donation campaign, and I just could not. I was blown away, and made sure I left so many thank you comments to Baldcat and to others who had nice things to say in the chat, and it was just blew me away. Why would anybody do that for just me? I mean, that just that was very kind. And Baldcat, I hope you get to hear this. I'll be messaging you on IG, but from the bottom of my heart, that was one of the sweetest things anybody could ever do, and I'm very appreciative for you for doing that. So thank you so much. So yeah, right now, car insurance is let's see, it just renewed, so that's about 1,700 for everything. Which, I mean, granted, that's the whole 6 months or 3 months, whatever they do it in. I'm not sure. So I'm hoping to be able to call and get that down to a, you know, get them down to a monthly payment instead. So I've got the car insurance, but the car's almost paid. I wish I could go onto my account here, but I only have my work computer. So it's, it's getting caught up. Still got about somewhere between 5 and 750 left to give them, but no, I'm excited about that. Getting that out of, hearing, hey, we're gonna come repossess your car. I already had one repossessed, which I said earlier. So, thank you so much, call a friend. Yep, I'm as genuine as they come, and you because we've talked outside of this environment for a while, and you're just as kind of a person. So I do appreciate you saying that about me. Yep. I am good days and bad days. I try not to hide it. And if it wasn't for call a friend, honestly pushing me to put this story out there, people always have known me on here as the person, going through cancer, but also still so very happy and positive. And I hadn't been last week. I have or this week, I should say, no problem sharing that. I'm a normal human. I have all the emotions, all the feelings, and so call a friend. If it wasn't for you telling me that really pushing me, saying, Patrick, it's okay to get this story out here. It's okay. It's going to be better for your mental health. And it does take courage. And that's just, like I said, I've always been the person to help. I've always been the helper. I've never wanted to ask anybody for anything, because I don't want this is how I feel, is I don't want my burdens to be on others. So, yes, call a friend. I really do appreciate you for talking to me on those rough days, sometimes early evening, listening to me just vent away. And yeah, call a friend. You deserve the kind words you're getting, because you're a great person. You really are, and someone I will always consider a friend and call a friend. No pun intended. So yeah. So this community, I just want to say as well, just thank you for all of you. Even the comments. I got so many comments uh, on the community posts that I put out there. Being sorry about not being able to do a live, um, and so many sweet words. And I got messages on Instagram, and then like I said, the comments on the posts. It's just amazing. So I'm grateful for you all, and I could not wait to get back on tonight and have a live show, because interacting with you all every night is just the most amazing thing. And we have so many amazing people in here. And I'm just so grateful for every one of you. So uh, thank you, call a friend. It's weird because in the cancer scheme of things, I feel as strong as an ox. I there's nothing that's going to get me down with the cancer stuff. But when it came to personal finances and stuff like that, it was just a struggle. And you listened to me. You took the time to listen and give me advice about putting this out there, because it's not a bad thing. It's okay. And so, you helped me to see that I can be stronger with that. And Jojo, Patrick, God takes care of those who help others. My heart goes out to you when we lost my youngest daughter husband to cancer. It's been hard on her and the kids. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear that there was a loss. That word cancer is such a horrible word. I just found out from a friend that somebody in their family has cancer. Just recently found out about it, and it absolutely makes me so sad. But at the same time, I know I can share my experience and hopefully show that yes, you can feel down, you can feel like why did I get that? It's okay to feel like that, but you can also be positive at the same time and move forward and live a normal life. So yes, thank you, call a friend. Yes, it's great to have friends, and it's nope. Why is that one? There it is. No reason to go through the journey alone. Yep. And I've got so many people with me and behind me, and I'm so grateful for that. Let's see. Jojo thanking everybody. Yep. Yeah, that's a really tough thing to hear. Unfortunately, it's not in my family, but it's a family friend. Our friend of the family um, had a had a 5-year-old granddaughter diagnosed with a type of brain cancer. I'll never understand that. 5 years old, um, just that doesn't make sense to me. Why a 5-year-old? And that's something I'll always, when I get to heaven one day, that is definitely a question I want to ask, like why. And I know God doesn't pick and choose. He's not a vengeful God, but it just why are people born with working with special needs? Why are people born with having special needs? And why don't they get the same chance at life, or what society would call a normal life, as I did, as a lot of others have? And so I can't wait to ask that question. I know there's a reason, but I can't wait to hear it. But yes, it is Babs. That is very devastating for the family. She just had her first chemo treatment the other day, and I'm thinking me. I mean, I didn't even get to get the IV treatment, chemo treatment. All of mine has been a oral pill. All of my chemo, and she's there in a hospital with an IV line in, getting chemo at 5 years old. I just, I admire her strength. She didn't look one bit down about it. I admire that little girl's strength and continue to pray for her every night. It's a special young girl there. And yes, we all have our journeys. Absolutely. Nobody said life was going to be easy. Life isn't fair. I mean, if anybody hasn't figured that yet, it's not. It's not fair. Yes, call a friend. I agree with you, especially going through it. If I wasn't lucky enough to have the cancer hospital that I have, that Keytruda, oh, excuse me, the Keytruda that I get the infusion of, if I didn't have the cancer hospital I have that nominated me for the patient access program for the company Merck, who makes and distributes the Keytruda, that would be $30,000 every 3 weeks or every 6 weeks, depending on how often you have to get it. I'm every 6 weeks. So who can afford that? Unless you're an athlete, uh, billionaire, whatever, who can afford that every month? And so I am a big proponent, and um, it really bugs me as well how much everything costs for cancer treatment. Cancer is something that your visits to the doctor, the oncologist, all that stuff, that should be covered at 100%. And any of the life saving slash life extending drugs, whether it be chemotherapy, immunotherapy, radiation, whatever it is, that should also be covered at 100%. Um, but and people can call me a conspiracy theorist all they want, but I fully believe that's why big pharma um, will never admit or never publicly put out there that there is a cure for certain diseases. I wholeheartedly believe there are cures for diseases out there we just don't know about. But because my quote has always been, when it comes to big pharma, there is no money in curing. There's only money in treating. So, that's a disgusting, selfish way to do things. And for every company who does that, uh, I hope karma comes back one day and just smacks you around. I never want to see anybody die, especially murdered. That should never happen. But what happened to that United Healthcare CEO, um, you know, uh, months ago, when that person shot him in the back, I think it was. I don't condone murder, but it sure got people talking, and it sure got people recognizing the um, the different disgraces that some of these companies have, because it's going to cost them too much money, and their multimillionaire CEO, oh, he may not get $7 million in stock options this year. It might only be 2 million. Oh, so we can't help somebody. We can't cure, or we can't approve that claim because that's just going to. Uh-oh. That's going to take so much money out of their pocket. So, it's just something. I'm sorry it cut out. Hmm. I'll be right back, everybody. Just doing a quick restart. All right. I think I'm back. I don't know how long it's going to be for because I've only got one bar showing on the router. But I wish this would stop because it's really getting annoying, to say the least. But yeah, so I wish insurance companies and all these pharmaceutical companies would put people over dollars, but unfortunately all they see is dollars, and when dollars are driving your decisions, it's never a good thing. So I'll get off my soapbox with that, but it makes me sad, especially for someone going through cancer treatment and seeing how much everything costs. It's absolutely ridiculous. Hmm. I see that. Hmm.